Mexico, Honduras, and the USA are battling for their World Cup futures, and each has a chance to advance. Welcome, and thanks for joining us on the Thursday, June 17th edition of the Concacaf World Cup Recap Show. I'm Scott Gleba. Earlier today, Mexico bounced back from a disappointing 1-1 tie against South Africa with an impressive 2-0 win over France, getting timely goals from second-half subs. Manchester United-bound Javier Hernandez put El Tri ahead with a 64th-minute goal. Cuauhtemoc Blanco doubled the lead 15 minutes later, converting a penalty after Pablo Barrera was taken down in the box. The win put Mexico even with Uruguay on points in Group A, but they are behind the South Americans on goal difference. France and South Africa have 1 point each. To get more insight on the game and Mexico's performance thus far, we welcome Univision sports commentator Diego Bellato, who was in South Africa. Diego, thanks for joining us.
Well, how are you? Very busy here, but, enjoying the soccer in South Africa.
What are your impressions of Mexico after 2 games?
Well, I think Mexico improved a lot comparing to the first game against South Africa. I think today they show the kind of game, the kind of team they can be if they all are in sync. I like especially the way Salcido played today on the left. I think he was a key in the success that Mexico had today. Mexico played in a very strong way. Mexico, I think, is a better team than France. A great team always know how to take advantage of the other team's weakness, and Mexico did that today. So, I think it's a very good game overall for Mexico, and today they proved that maybe the guys on the bench need to have the chance in the first team, and I'm talking especially about Javier Hernandez. I think he's going to be starting in the next game against Uruguay.
Diego, thank you. Please stay with us. We want to get your insights on the USA and Honduras as well.
No problem. I stay right here.
In what could be termed as a must-win, the USA faces Slovenia tomorrow in the second Group C game for each. In its opener, the USA tied England 1-1 in Rustenburg, thanks to an equalizer by Clint Dempsey. An injury to the ribs of standout goalkeeper Tim Howard during the game has raised concerns about his ability to perform at maximum capacity in Johannesburg. Slovenia holds the top spot in Group C, thanks to a 1-0 win over Algeria and is 2 points ahead of the US and England. A win by Slovenia puts it into the round of 16. Honduras was the only CONCACAF team that failed to get a point in its World Cup opener, falling 1-0 to Chile in a Group H encounter yesterday. Interestingly, the Central American side has conceded only 1 goal in each of its 4 all-time World Cup games. Key striker David Suazo did not take part due to a lingering injury. Chile and Switzerland lead the group with 3 points each after 1 game played. Honduras and Spain have no points, but that will change when they meet on Monday. For more on the USA and Honduras, let's go back to Diego Bellato. Diego, the US and Honduras have the same hopes but different expectations. How would you assess the US thus far?
Well, I think the U.S. play a very smart, a very intelligent game against England. They know their limitations, and they try to play a mind game too. I think it was crucial, the mistake that the goalie for England made, Robert Green, that allowed the U.S. to tie the game. And after that, it was a pretty even game, but I think that the U.S. knows that they can easily beat Slovenia. It's a team that won the first game, but they didn't play well. Slovenia is not strong, and the way they play against England doesn't give me any doubt that the U.S. can beat easily Slovenia.
In terms of Honduras, after the loss to Chile, what are their prospects going forward?
I think Honduras did what they could against a very strong team like Chile. Unfortunately for the Catrachos, they lost a lot of key players before the World Cup started, and just right before the first game, they lost De Leon. So, it's a team with their own mind, that they know the kind of style of game that the coach wants. But unfortunately, maybe they don't have the elements in the field that they can play that kind of a game. So, I think Honduras is going to be a difficult team to beat. But if they don't find more goals, if Suazo doesn't come back, then they don't have a chance against the 2 teams or the 2 games that they have left in the in the group against Switzerland and also against Spain.
Diego, thanks for joining us today. Mexico, Honduras, and the USA still have everything to play for. This World Cup ride is just beginning. Thanks for joining us on the Concacaf World Cup Recap Show. Please log on to CONCACAF.com for all your CONCACAF World Cup news.